Well, we came out to the bee yard this morning to unload supplies. My father-in-law brought a fresh load of repainted old boxes. And right as we walk out here, we run into this crazy chaos of what appears to be swarming. Now, I was sitting here trying to watch and see where the swarm was going, and happened to glance up and see that swarm. But that swarm is stable. So all these bees that are buzzing around like crazy right now are not going up there. So they were all buzzing like crazy, and then they just kind of disappeared. And I was like, well, they snuck away. But then I walked over here a second later, and there was a little clump right here in this pecan tree. And as I walked up, they were dissolving. So they were starting to go airborne again. And I'm sitting here watching, and they're all going around like crazy, but I can't see them going anywhere. I can't see them landing or even giving me a direction. Still a lot of activity around the front of this hive. It almost looks like they're settling back on the tree now. They might be settling back on that pecan tree. What I'm wondering is if maybe, potentially, they're mating swarms, because this is one of the hives that I did a queenless split on, where I just pulled the queen and let them raise a new one. And it's been, I don't think it's quite been long enough, but maybe it has. So it may be that they've got virgins coming out of there and going to mate. Yeah, look at this. Look how fast they gather up. So just maybe this is a virgin queen swarm, and maybe that's another one. I don't know that I can get to that one. I can sure get to this one. But yeah, I don't think that I can. The thing is, I've got a ladder that could reach those, but that tree won't hold the ladder up. And it's all muddy. I can't get the tractor back in there. There's no way to get the tractor back in there. I don't know what I could do. I almost need like a bucket on a pole to try to catch those. Reach up there and knock them in the bucket. But we've at least got these settling down again. So I might try to see if I can find a box to snag them in here shortly. This hive's calm. And looking around over here, everything is calm. Those are calm. These are calm. None of these boxes appear like they're swarming out or like they're absconded. That one actually is looking really a lot better. Number 25 is looking better. Hopefully they picked up some foragers from that, or some nurse bees. I don't know, man. I gotta come out to the bee yard more early in the morning. It's when all the action happens. These boxes all have stable activity, so I don't think they're swarming. Anyway, I'll try to catch them, figure it out. Oh dear. They came off the pecan tree, and now they're settling on my neighbor's trailer here. I really hope that they don't think they found a spot to get in the top there. I really need to get them a box. If it is a mating swarm, this would make sense. If they got multiple virgin queens in there, they'll land like that on a flat surface, pancake, and off some of the queens. So I need to hurry up and get my father-in-law loaded up here, and then I need to play with these girls and see if I can catch them. Not a huge swarm by any means. Well, let's see if we can't catch it. We're just going to set a bait hive up here as an attractive home. And we're going to see if they don't just go ahead and run to it. I haven't put any swarm lure in it, but I'm cautiously optimistic. Miss Mama might like it if I start smoking them and running them and they see it. See if I can see her real quick. Trick is we don't want them to get too stirred up and go airborne on us. There she is right there, I think. Came right out and said hi. And you know, I always tell people in the class, you don't look for the queen, you look for her signatures. I saw her big shiny black thorax before I saw anything else. That's not a virgin. I was half expecting to find a virgin queen like this was a mating swarm, but I don't know why I ever try that. She'll never crawl in the dang cage like a one or two. Try to get her to crawl out into my hand. There she is. So in my hand. And then once she's in my hand, she'll crawl in the cage. Now she's in the cage. Take a couple of attendants to put in there with her. Come on, girl. That way she's got some of her kin. Slide her in her cage, right there in the bottom. Bring the box up here a little closer. Put them up there where they see her and smell her. These here that find her will start telling the other ones to come in the box. This is a small swarm. This is something I wouldn't drive anywhere to go catch this. At least darn sure not for free. But since they're right here in my own backyard, or front yard or side yard, I don't know what you call it when you're out in the country and you got land. I guess it'd be the front side yard. So now we're getting a few of them up on the box. And now they're starting to march already. Let me jump down there and grab the camera for you guys. So you see these here starting to fan. Tell the other ones to come on inside. Mama's inside. which I just laid her cage. You might even be able to see it. I don't know if I can look in the darkness or not. No, I just laid the cage on the bottom for now. But once I get the bees all run in the box, then I'll pick it up and move it, because what I really want to do is I'll get a medium frame with hopefully with some brood, but if nothing else, some honey out of another hive, and put it in here, really give them something to stick to. Good girls. Dragonfly just came over here amongst the mix. I don't know if you guys caught that or not. And he's like, oh no, I don't want nothing to do with this. Now that queen is in a candy plug release cage, and that plug's already over half eaten. So they could have her out by today. But it buys me a couple hours anyway. That other swarm is just right over here. But they're higher up than they look. They're like 30 foot up. I started sticking a bucket on a pole and trying to reach up there, but yeah, like I said, it was too flimsy. I couldn't get it up there. This is all nice, freshly painted equipment. My father-in-law just painted it. But the frames inside, the foundation has not been re-dipped, so it's just bare plastic. They're not going to like that. Hopefully the box at least smells good, but they're not going to like the bare plastic foundation to build on. Can try to hurry them along, but I guess there's no need to really. They'll go in there now with their queen. So we'll come back and get this in a little bit, move it down on the ground where we can work with it a little easier. I don't know if I can figure out a plan for them or not. I'm going to try. Alright, this is going to be a rough trial at best. I want to see if I can raise a bucket up there on a string and then jerk the limb. So I'm actually going to have two lines. I've already got the string thrown, the twine. I think that's strong enough for that little thin limb. So I'm going to try to tie the bucket off to one line and raise it up there and get it under them, and then get myself positioned such that I can yank down on the limb while keeping the bucket under the bees. That's the plan. We shall see. I'm going to raise the bucket with one string and be able to control it with the tag line on the back side. Heavy equipment bucket line operator with this intelligence. Quite under him, am I? Oh, they got comb up there. I don't imagine that did me any good. No wonder they're so stable. They've been up there a while. I doubt I got mama on that shape. Yeah, they went airborne again for some reason. There's no way they ate that queen out of that cage that fast. I'm not sure what they're doing. I don't see them going anywhere per se. buzzing all around. I figured they'd march right in that box and be done with it. Tricky ones. Well, guess we'll see if they leave without her. These kids are never going to trust bees. My son's pretty sure he got stung. And I saw a bee buzzing around him. Oh, let me see. I can't find the mark though. Let me find it, buddy. Let me see where. Hey, come here, come here, come here. Let me see. Where is it?
Right here.
Move your hand. Move your hand. There it is. There it is. Boy, she did get you. Okay, let's go in the house and get some ice on it.
I want to put it in. This is why I cut off those lower limbs first. Otherwise, they'd be giving me trouble right now. I'm trying to lower this thing down. And of course, I just left the smoker up there. Roll them over just like they were. I'd sure hope they have a queen if they went to the work of drawing comb. But that'd be my luck. Go to all that effort to catch a queen in the swarm. I'm not seeing any queen here. But I'll tell you what, we'll throw the lid on them, let them settle down, come back in a couple hours, have another look. Now here's a test. Our bees that were on top of the camper that I know have a queen, they refuse to want to settle down, keep trying to take off. What's in the box now might be all of them, but what I can do pop back in here and look for a queen real quick. Suspecting none. I'm not that great at spotting queens, but I'm okay at it. I'm good enough that if I see signs of no queen and I don't see a queen quickly, I assume I'm right. How about that? So here's what we do now. We take our queen out of here. and we see how the bees from the limb respond to her. Her own bees are very happy to have her, of course. She's in the cage, so the bees in this hive can't hurt her any. What we're doing is trying to see if they'll readily accept her. Oops. And it's looking like a yes. What we're looking for how they get on the cage, okay? You see they're not balling the cage. They're trying to reach through the cage. They're trying to communicate with her. If they wad up tight on the cage, like they're trying to suffocate it, then they're trying to kill her, which would be a sign that they have a queen somewhere that I haven't found. They seem very receptive of this queen. So what I'm going to do with these two little swarms right here and now is just let them combine themselves, because we've got one that's true to their queen and we've got ones that like a queen. So we're just going to let the two of them get together right now. We're going to put the queen back in the original box she was in. This is just kind of a rule of thumb. You put your additional colony on top of the queen right colony. We're actually going to put our entrance board here, but we've got a top entrance on it. So we'll put our cover on with a top entrance. And then we're just going to take our queenless swarm here. And we're going to put them like this, so they can find that top entrance readily. As they go out of their box, they'll find that top entrance. Put their little comb back in there just so they have it. Put their lid back on. Now we'll take a look here. So, you guys get a view there. The bees on top will be able to come out the front bottom of their box and be able to crawl down into that hole below them and get into the box, and they'll have to peg their way into that hive. So now it's just a waiting game. So, you know, it's not all lost. I climbed a tree for a queenless swarm, quite likely, but I can combine those bees with this other small swarm. So out of the two small swarms of this morning, hopefully we get one halfway decent sized little colony that actually stands a chance of surviving.